let's get started. I keep kicking the tripod and it keeps moving. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys. So it's your girl Nakai back again with another video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I don't know which side it is. Wait, my phone's like this, so when it turns like this, it's on. It's here. Click the subscribe button over here. If I'm wrong, I'll just put the arrow on the other side. Just click the subscribe button and the bell so that you're notified every single time I post a new video. Okay? So, as you can see from the title below, today I'm going to talk about my scariest / most exciting trip. So it was 2015. I had just finished my KCPE. If you're in like I think that's like grade 8 in Kenya, but it is, I don't know, man. It's grade 8 in Kenya. After that you go to high school and they have like from 1 to from 4. So I don't know which grade it would be in any other system, but it's basically you finished primary school or middle school in some systems, whatever. So I just finished grade 8 and me, my mom, my dad, my sister, and my cousin, we went on a trip to Malawi to visit my mom's relatives. And while we were there, I wanted to go on a trip, and I told my dad like a few months before I was supposed to have a trip with the rest of my classmates, but I didn't want to go on that trip because it was like a France trip, but I'd already been to France and I didn't want to go with my classmates at that time because it was like the month before, I think it was the holiday, and then that was when the trip was gonna happen, and then exams would be like 2 months after. So I was like, nah, I won't study and I won't pass. So my dad was like, cool, and he was like, do you want to go on a trip though? I was like, yeah, I want to go on a trip. I want to go to South Africa. Now I was supposed to go with my aunt, who's a South African. He's married to my uncle, but she couldn't go. But I still wanted to go on the trip because my dad doesn't just give out trips easily. Like, I don't even know how he accepted for me to go on this trip, because he doesn't do that nowadays. But yeah, he accepted for me to go, and I was like, I want to go with my sister and my cousin. So somehow he said yes. So we got our like documents together and stuff, and we were like, okay, we're going to South Africa. But my dad was like, we need to, he said that we will go by bus to South Africa, and then when we're coming back from South Africa to Tanzania, we're gonna use plane. So we're like, okay, cool, it doesn't matter, we're going. Like, we were so excited that we were going. So he gave us the money. He gave my sister the money, because my sister was 20, how old was I? That was 2015, I was 14. At 11, my sister was 25 and I was 14, and my cousin was also 14. So we went by bus. Everything was fine. It's like a 2-day trip. So day 1 was fine, and then we're on day 2, we reached the South African border. So we got to the South African border, we got on the lines of the immigration, and then the guy starts stamping, like looking through our passports and documents. So me and my cousin had to be written an affidavit, I don't know what it's called, but it's like when your parents write a note that you are traveling with this grown-up and that they gave you permission to travel with this grown-up. So they gave my sister that for both of us, and we needed my birth certificate, my cousin's birth certificate, and our parents' birth certificate. So he was looking through the passport and stuff, and then he reached my passport and he's like, what is this? So he was talking about my birth certificate. So he was talking about my birth certificate, and it's like, my birth certificate is 3 pages, all in Dutch, because I was born in the Netherlands. So he was like, I can't read this, so, and I can't tell what it is, so you guys are not passing the border, which is complete BS, because South Africans are taught Afrikaans, which is basically Dutch. So he could read it, he just didn't want to. So now we're at the border and we're like, what are we supposed to do? So my sister calls my dad and is like, listen, we need an English translated version, a certified English translated version of her birth certificate. And my dad's like, we can't do that because you have to actually go to the embassy and get someone from the embassy to translate it and then stamp it. And it was like around the holidays, so no embassy was open at that time. So we're like stuck. What are we supposed to do? So my sister was like, listen, we can't get anyone to get you the English translated version. Is there anything you can do? Like, is there anyone here who can translate it for you? Because you're not telling me like in a whole office there's no one who can speak Afrikaans. Like, that would be a lie. He's like, no, you're giving me too much work. Go sit on the side. Like, I'm not gonna deal with you right now. The bus is waiting for us. Everyone who was in our bus got dealt with and they were done. So the bus guy is like, okay guys, we're gonna give you 1 hour to sort everything out. And if it's not sorted out by then, we're gonna have to leave you. And they only gave us that hour because our dad was like, listen, it's their first time traveling alone. Can you make sure they get there safe? And the guy was like, cool, but you can't postpone a whole trip because of 3 people. Someone's calling me. So where was I? Can't postpone a whole trip because of 3 people. So at this point we're trying everything. My sister's like, okay, cool, I'll find a way. So she keeps going out of the immigration. Like, now she's entering the like South Africa, but she's going to like find places to print stuff and all that. So what my sister did, she printed my cousin's birth certificate, because the way he was looking through the papers, he wasn't even like looking, he was just like skimming through. So if he just skimmed through it quickly, he wouldn't have like noticed it. But my sister printed my cousin's birth certificate again, and she put that document in the middle of mine. So we took it back. Okay guys, I know it was dumb. Let me just put a disclaimer. I know it was dumb. I know that was such a dumb decision because it's like they're not the same. But I mean, what were we gonna do? There was nothing else we could do. So that was the only plan. That was the only good plan at the moment. So don't judge us. So we took it back to him, and then he's like, he's looking through. He looked the first time, and then he was about to stamp it. And then he's like, he looked through it the second time again, then he was about to stamp it, and then he looked through it the third time. Imagine if he just looked at it once. I could have been through the border, no problem. He looked through the third time, he's like, no, this is the same birth certificate. Now us, dumb children, are like, oh, no, oh no, he made a mistake. I can't believe it. Knowing fully well, we knew what we did. So he's like, no, you guys are not getting through. I was so pissed, and I had anger issues since I was a kid, so I was so pissed. I was just like, so what are we gonna do? The bus left us. The bus is like, hey, come take your luggage. we're leaving you guys. So the bus left us. Me and my cousin we're sitting in this little police station while my sister's trying to figure things out because we couldn't stand there anymore. We were crowding the lines. And so we were just there in the little police station, just chilling. We're like, guys, and then we sat down, we're like, listen, we're not going back, because the guy was like, the only other option is like to go back. You're telling me we've traveled for 1.5 days for us to just go back? We're like, no, we're not going back to Malawi, and we're going to get into South Africa. We're determined. There's nothing going to stop us from doing this. We are going to get into this country through the easy way or the hard way. We're gonna do it. There's nothing stopping us today. Determination. So after like a few hours, like imagine we've been there since 7 o'clock and it's like 1 o'clock right now. And then you know what this guy says when my sister comes back? He's like, you guys can just wait until it's 2 p.m. That's when I clock off. That's when I get off work and I can take you guys. What? It's like, yeah, you guys can just wait until it's 2 o'clock and I can take you guys to Johannesburg. And that's where you're going, right? And then we're like, yes. So why have you been stopping us this whole time? He tells my sister, can you write your number down first? So this man kept us there for hours. We're hungry, we're tired, we haven't showered, we haven't brushed our teeth. We're literally just feeling so disgusting. We're hungry. And this guy has given us shit the whole day just because he wanted my sister's number. We were so pissed off. Like, we were so genuinely pissed off. Turns out my aunt's father is like a chief where he lives in KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. And he already texted them and called the people because my aunt had already told him we had an issue at the border. He texted them from 10 a.m. and told them, listen, these are my grandchildren. Please let them through the border. And if they don't reach safely, it's on your hands. Your job is going to be at risk. And this guy is just like, he's kept us there the whole day, even though our granddad already said all of that. And then at 1 o'clock, he's like, you know, your granddad already sorted everything, but I wanted you guys to stay until 2 o'clock when I clock off so that I can take you guys and so that I can get to know you better. He's telling my sister, so I can get to know you better. First of all, write your number. I'm not giving you your passport back until you write your number down. Is that really making sense? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, because it's not making sense to me. If he wanted it, he could have just asked from the beginning. But no, let me stress these guys. Let me put them through the worst experience ever just so I can get this number.